Beloved members of the British Columbia Conference, we meet again for our monthly stewardship video. And this time we'd like to bring to you a beautiful testimony of a young lady, Melanie, who I met at the Prince George Church a few years ago. I'm sure your heart will be touched by what she's going to tell you.
I grew up in the Prince George Church and I joined adventures as soon as I possibly could. I loved adventures. I loved going every second week or whatever it was, and I'd look at these older kids and I'd think, man, I want to be a Pathfinder one day. I saw all these big kids and they got to go to camporees and they got to do drill and it looked so much fun. And so I stuck it out until I turned 10 and I got to join. I got inducted and I graduated in Pathfinders. Every moment that I was there, I just wanted to know more and more about leadership and being in Pathfinders and what it was like to work with kids. I'd always wanted to be a director when I was younger. My leader, Mrs. Toombs, she's amazing. She helped me learn how to grow my leadership skills. She made me a TLT, she brought me to leadership, and I just soaked everything up. We did Pathfinder Sabbaths, we learned about stewardship. I actually have the honor right here. When I turned 18, I moved to Williams Lake. I didn't become the director, but I'm now a leader, and I'm really happy about that. I was involved in adventures there, and I was a Pathfinder leader. I started out teaching friends, and then I moved on to drill, and I taught honors, and I love every single second of it. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I would love to do Pathfinders for the rest of my life. I love my kids with all my heart, and they know that. I loved coming to Camporee every year and spending a whole weekend with them. It sounds a little bit crazy to spend it with teenagers and preteens, but I like them. It's nice to be involved in the work that God's doing. When you're involved in Pathfinders, you get to see firsthand kids come into God, and you get to be in the front lines. You get to go door to door. You get to be ushers at evangelistic meetings. You get to go on mission trips and fundraise. It's a lot of fun. 2 years ago, I became more involved in my church. I'm now the church clerk, and I help out in hospitality, and I'm on the social committee. I love doing that job. Giving tithe and offering is a praise to God. And when you give your tithe and offering, you're helping all these different ministries, Pathfinders being one of them, I think the most important. It helps us to be able to bring these kids into the church. You get to help kids who love doing ministry and who love just learning, help them learn skills, and we get to teach them about Jesus and watch them have relationships with them. We actually just had 7 of our kids want to be baptized last night, and that's what we do this for. That's our ministry right there. And I hope that you'll give to them. That's why I give mine. Thanks to my Adventist Church for supporting our youth ministries, Pathfinders and Adventures through tithes and offerings.
I'm standing here with Brian, our conference youth director, just at the camporee in Camp Hope. We're all touched by the beautiful story of Melanie. Brian, what can we do to help more young people to have a beautiful experience like Melanie has one to tell?
Well, first of all, I think it's great that we've been able to share this story because it's an important story, Wesley. And every church can have this kind of experience with their young people if we have a passionate focus on youth by encouraging adventure family ministry, Pathfinder ministry, and then of course youth ministry, and in giving them the chance to serve in their church. It's a beautiful thing. And through our tithes and offerings, we can do so much more in youth ministry.